A good friend of mine recently started therapy, and I asked her what was the cause of therapy. She didn't say much, but she said, I go to therapy because people who need it the most refuse to. I go to therapy because people who need it the most refuse to. That was a bold ass quote. And I thought, you know what, that's true. Why? People that need a therapy the most often refuse to go because they won't acknowledge that they have issues. They believe that others are the ones that have issues instead of them. But instead of seeking help, they exert their anger. They lash out on people because how they feel about the world, how they feel about themselves. And as a direct result, people get hurt. And most often, people that they're closest get hurt because they feel safe that they can lash out on them. And you might think this is unfair because it is unfair. The world is extremely unfair. But we live in a society where we're fortunate enough to have access to therapy. I'm fortunate enough that I have access to therapy. In fact, I am going to therapy because of pretty much the same reason. People that hurt me refuse to go, therefore I'm going. But what I want to say and what I want to highlight is that it is on us to see what we want to do with our trauma. We can say that I am who I am today because of my trauma, because of my upbringing, because of my education. Yeah. But a dickhead can say that he's a dickhead because he's been through all that stuff. A hero can say, or like, think about Batman. Literally think about Batman. I know it's crazy. He lost his parents. He became an orphan and accidentally became a multi-billionaire, but he uses his knowledge and strength to fight crime. And then you see every other villain. The world hurt them. Therefore, they decide to hurt the world because they want to let the world know how much in pain they were. Think about Reverse Flash and Lex Luthor. They are the biggest hater in probably comic book story. But that's the difference between a hero and a villain. It depends on how you react to things that happen to you. A lot of times it's not even about what happened to you, it's about how you react to things. But going to therapy for us is the first step. We're acknowledging that we need help with our emotions. We're acknowledging that we need help with something that we cannot process. So in summary, going to therapy is not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. At least you're aware of what you need help of. And you're aware that you can get better instead of becoming the people that hurt you initially. And that's very, very painful.